All right, so in this video, this is part 2 of my introduction to Pandas library. This is an excellent library for examining data. It's very popular among data scientists or anyone who needs to examine data sets. In part 1, I showed you how you could load in a data set, a CSV file, and I demonstrated some simple functions in Panda. In this video, I'm going to show you some more useful functions someone getting started in using Panda would find useful. All right, so first remember that we're using this data set that's looking at a bunch of population values throughout the years in various countries. So that's what we're doing. And so I'm going to show you some kind of sorting and searching functions that I think you would find valuable. Anyone who wanted to look at data. When you have a big enough data set, you really need to drill down. And so you need to be able to do things like sort and group by. And so, yeah, I'm going to show you that. So the first one is sort by, which is right here. And let me grab these lines and I'll kind of talk about them. So sort by allows you to look at a specific column and look at the values in that column in ascending or descending order. So as you see here, we're looking at the population value, and we are going to look at it in descending order because I said ascending false. This in place, this is actually really important. If you don't want to change your original data set, in place should be equal to false. If we had this equal to true, it would change this data set's content to have it sorted by population. We don't really want that. We're going to save this to a new data frame called poppy, short for population. And you'll see when I print out the head here, it's going to be by population. And if we, let me just scroll this up a little bit. Yeah. And so you can see right here, these are the sorted values. China has the top 4 spots. No surprise there. Then India comes in next. And so these were the values before they were sorted. It was just alphabetical order by country. And so pretty handy, very useful. As you can imagine, there's many instances where you might want to use that. So, all right, well, I'm going to get rid of this for now. I'm going to show you another one that I think is pretty interesting. That is group by. And so let me grab this info right here. Yeah, right there. And so let me go over what this does. If we look at this line here, we're again saving to a new data set called PopMax, which is going to look at our data frame and look at each subset of countries and find the maximum value for population and save that to this. So if we're looking at Afghanistan, well, actually we'd have to look here to see all the different values. It's going to look at each of these, all of these, and find the maximum value, which happens to be this one here. And so then it's going to do that for each country. So when I print this out, we're going to see just one country and then its max population. I'm going to comment this out momentarily. I'll show you what this does in a second. But let's go ahead and run that. Now, and you see that we got Afghanistan, its highest one, Albania, Algeria. So each of them, the max value. And what this actually is, this pop max is this no longer functioning as a data frame. It's called a series. And a series in Panda is more like a single dimension, a one-dimension array. And so to access one of the locations, you use iloc again, and you just put in an index. And so I did that right here, and yeah, right here, and you see actually all that's holding is a single dimension of just the populations. When we print out the head here, these countries are actually functioning as indexes, if you would. That just gets created automatically. But this is the values of the population are really the only things that are in the data set PopMax. And to access each one, we can do that. Now, if I did want, let's say I wanted to know what year this happened, that's where I could do this right here, where I look, I use this loc function and say, you know what, locate where population is equal to this, because that was Afghanistan's max population, and now print that out, and that's going to actually print out all the information in that row. And so there it is there. It was the 11th row, and the country name, the year was 2007. And so that's pretty handy right there. Last thing I'm going to show you is how to kind of isolate some data. And so we can, let's say we just wanted to look at the data related to the United States. We can do that by saying df, and then inside of these brackets say df.country equals United States. And then you'll see when I print out head, it's just going to be all the information related to the US. There we go. Pretty cool. We could, and again, it even gives you the original index in that data frame of where these rows were located. So that's it. Those are some really interesting functions, I think, as a part of Pandas. Pandas is awesome for looking at data and digging down. I intend to have some even more tutorials on this, but this should be enough to get you started, hopefully. But let me know if there's anything you're looking to do. Thanks.